Another major battle is imminent. Russia has begun evacuating its citizens. Amidst repeated public threats and troop deployments by Trump, the conflict between the US and Venezuela has finally reached the brink of explosion. Latest reports indicate that Russia has begun announcing the evacuation of its citizens from Venezuela, meaning the US military is about to launch an attack on Venezuela. Early on December 1st, according to Sky News, U.S. President Trump stated that he had spoken with Venezuelan President Maduro by phone, but Trump refused to tell reporters whether the call with Maduro went smoothly. Prior to this, Trump publicly announced the establishment of a no-fly zone over Venezuela. On Saturday, Trump publicly called for the closure of Venezuelan airspace, stating on social media, "All airlines and pilots, please do not fly over Venezuelan airspace or the airspace surrounding it." Once a no-fly zone is established, it means the U.S. military is about to launch an attack, and the tense situation has spread around the world. Russia was the first to announce the start of evacuations from Venezuela. On November 31st, Avia reported that, amid the rapidly deteriorating situation in Venezuela, Russian authorities began evacuating their citizens from Venezuela. The Russian Association of Tourist Operators issued a notice advising tourists vacationing on Margarita Island to immediately cancel their trips and await special flights home. The association emphasized the increased risks due to increased military activity in the region and the closure of airspace to civilian flights, and offered full refunds to passengers. For tourists already in Venezuela, charter flights will be arranged to ensure safe evacuation. Those who have purchased tour packages but have not yet departed will be relocated to other countries, such as Cuba and Russia, for evacuation. Coupled with Trump's no-fly zone, all signs indicate that a U.S. war against Venezuela is imminent. In fact, the U.S. has recently amassed its largest military presence in history around Venezuela. According to statistics, 11 warships had been deployed in the Caribbean Sea near Venezuela, including the USS Ford nuclear-powered carrier strike group, an amphibious assault fleet carrying over 3,000 Marines, and destroyers, cruisers, and nuclear-powered submarines equipped with Tomahawk missiles, totaling over 15,000 personnel. In addition, 10 F-35B fifth-generation fighter jets have been deployed at a U.S. base in Puerto Rico. Furthermore, since September, the U.S. military has frequently attacked Venezuelan maritime targets. To date, the U.S. has conducted at least 21 strikes in the Caribbean and Pacific regions, resulting in at least 83 deaths. A U.S. invasion is essentially a foregone conclusion. It's only a matter of time. Venezuela is also preparing for guerrilla resistance in the event of a U.S. invasion. According to Sputnik news agency, Venezuela is considering two options for responding to a U.S. invasion. One is to organize guerrilla warfare in multiple locations across the country, and the other is to deliberately create chaos in the capital, Caracas. Internal sources reveal that Venezuela will deploy small military units in more than 280 locations nationwide to conduct sabotage activities and employ other guerrilla tactics. These units have already received orders to disperse and hide should a U.S. attack occur. Considering Venezuela's existing 8 million militia members, the possibility of engaging in guerrilla warfare against the U.S. military is very high.